Hello, this is Daniel Mart, and today I'm going to be doing another review. This time around, I'm going to be doing a review for episode 6 of Red Band Society. And it is called Ergo Ego. So yeah, before I begin though, 10-second spoiler warning as usual. For those who have yet to actually watch the episode and haven't already, stop the video, go check it out, and come back and watch the rest of this review. 10-second spoiler warning as usual, starting now. Okay, so 10 seconds are up. So for those who have yet to actually watch the episode and haven't already, please don't comment down below or be messaging me that I never gave you a fair warning, because as usual, I did. So basically, in this episode, you have Kara, and she's starting to experience complications with the heart, due to her heavy drug addiction and sex life, basically prior to the show. And she basically meets this kid or other guy, new character called Hunter, who basically has a similar situation as her, basically something they could kind of relate to, which I thought was really interesting. So yeah, and then you have Nurse Jackson, sorry, and she's still trying to figure out a way for proper treatment for Charlie. She doesn't want him to leave the facility, and she did promise him that he is gonna wake up. So yeah, there are many things going on. We also have Dr. McAndrews, and he apparently has an ex-fiance or an ex-wife or something like that, or an ex-girlfriend. I'm not completely sure. Called Dr. Grace or Dr. Aaron Grace, or Grace for short, whatever. And basically, she and Brittany kind of get jealous over each other, if that makes sense. They're both fighting for the same guy, Dr. McAndrews. So they both want him. So there's that situation. So yeah, and then you also have Leo and Jordi, and they're still fighting over Emma and what's gonna happen to him. At the end, she chooses Leo. Somewhat obvious. And Jordi gets furious, as we've seen throughout the show. He eventually does run to the rooftop, which is weird. It's a pretty interesting scene, which I kind of want to talk about. He runs to the rooftop, and then you have Dash, who's trying to calm him down. And I think it's just one of the more subtle and darkest moments in the show. All the patients in the show, they have a red band, hence Red Band Society. But Jordi takes off his red band and just throws it off the roof, basically saying that he's not part of this group anymore, or he doesn't want to be part of it anymore. So and then Charlie, he's right there. And just to get back quickly on Charlie, he's on the verge of waking up, or as it seems, it seems like he's on the verge of waking up. So they call up this doctor from Africa or something like that, who is known to cure children of these situations or similar situations. So they call him up, and I guess to make matters worse or better, depending on how you want to see it, Nurse Jackson, she takes one of Charlie's blood samples and switches it out, basically with someone else's, to make it seem like he's actually doing okay, he's actually doing great. So yeah, I think this is one of the more darker episodes in the show. It has a little bit more darker themes, in my opinion. Because the show, for the most part, is very lighthearted with its dark moments, subtle dark moments. Obviously there is a lot of, I don't want to say there's a lot of death, but because there's not really that much death in the show. Maybe there's been like one death so far, if anything, that I could think of. Actually, I don't think there's been a death, period. But when it does want to be dark, it does it in such a subtle manner, which I really do enjoy. With Jordi throwing off his Red Band Society, it's nothing really. At first glance, it's something really minor, but when you think about the domino effect, it basically means that he's gonna make go against the Red Band Society as a whole, which I found to be really interesting. And he's also jealous of Leo because he has Emma. There's that whole competition with the love triangle, which I think is really interesting in my opinion. Charlie, I really want to know if he does wake up right now. So yeah, because right now I'm just kind of binge watching, watching him an episode and then reviewing, watch, review. So yeah, overall, pretty great episode. Pretty good episode as usual. The acting and the writing are pretty good as usual. They're pretty good and lighthearted with it, again, subtle darkness. So overall, it's a pretty great episode in my opinion. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being less, and 6 being decent, I give it an 8 out of 10. Pretty great episode in my opinion. And yeah, that's basically it for this review. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I do movie reviews, TV show reviews, and comic book reviews. Comment down below on your thoughts on the episode. Like the video, share on Facebook, Twitter, MySpace, or whatever you guys prefer. And that's basically it for now. This is Daniel Mart signing off.